Hello, I'm Tina Vining, a life member of Entre Nous. We are here today to talk about our upcoming holiday tour of homes and just what Entre Nous means to Manatee County. Organized in 1931, the original purpose of the club was to study 20th century art. My, how we have changed. Through the years, the purpose of Entre Nous has turned to charitable and civic causes. A glance through our club scrapbooks is a reminder of the county's history and the financial and personal volunteer contributions by Entre Nous. In 1934, the first college scholarship was established by our club. Over the years, the club began a series of benefits to raise money for its charities, community projects, and welfare committees. Providing hot school lunches, free tonsillectomies, glasses, and other medical treatment were among the first goals of the club. We now provide an emergency fund for women in crisis situations. In our 80th year, we are a very busy group of women, 37 active members and 244 life members, all working together to make Manatee County the great place we call home. In the fall, all our club efforts turn towards our annual holiday tour of homes. We are fortunate to have Chairman Terry Smith with us today to tell you all about this event that is a Manatee County tradition. But before we get started, I'd like to introduce our group today. I have Jane Giroux. And Jane is our Sweet Shop Chair, and she will also be talking to us about the Treasure Traditions cookbooks. And our President, Sarita Montavo. And we have Pam Courtney, who is our chair of our Elf Alley, and she's also an active member of Entre Nous, and our chair of the Tour of Homes, Terry Smith. So Terry, you want to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing lately?
Well, sure. The tour started in 1978, and our first tour raised $5,000. Last year, we raised $36,000, and we were able to give all that money right back into our community projects and scholarship funds. This year, our tour is going to be Saturday, December 3rd and Sunday, December 4th from 11 to 5 p.m., both days. And so please mark your calendars.
Well, we definitely will do that. Thank you, Terry. Okay, Pam, do you want to let us fill us in on what you've been doing with Elf Alley this year?
Well, we have a group of people that are going to be there showing, I think we have 14 vendors.
14 vendors this year, up
And
from 6 last year.
Yep, so we have a big group of people, and we're going to be at the King Family Farm.
Mm-hmm.
And we have everything. I carry jewelry at my hair salon on Cortez and Palmetto. And I have everything that ranges from rings to necklaces to headbands to belts to bracelet, watches, feathers. That's the big thing this year.
So when we come out to shop, everyone will have an opportunity to, as you're going through and seeing the tour, then you'll stop by the Elf Alley and check out all the different vendors that are available. And is there going to be other things besides jewelry? Or?
Yes, there's going to be, one of the ladies makes pocketbooks out of recycled tires, bicycle tires,
Oh, wow.
which is pretty cool. And some of them are earrings and necklaces. And we have somebody that makes baby clothes.
Homemade Christmas, smock Christmas outfits for little ones. We also have one of our homeowners who is a mosaic artist, and she's going to have some beautiful pieces for your home and garden. We have a real range of things. We actually even have some of our life members who are exhibitors this year. So we're really excited. We're very excited to partner with King Family Farms because this year the tour has kind of moved locations. We've been notorious for being in Northwest Braden for a number of years, and last year we went to Palmetto, and that was very well received. And this year we're going to explore the eastern part of Manatee County.
I think that's
great. And we have 3 homes just around the corner from the King Farm, and they're going to help us with our parking. And their farm stand will also be open for business from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
You can pick up some ingredients for some of our recipes in the cookbook.
Great. Well, it sounds like Elf Alley has a lot of unique things that you just couldn't go to a mall or a store and buy. So I think that'll be exciting for all of our patrons to come out and get some unique gifts for the holidays. Okay, Sarita is our president, and she's going to talk to us a little bit.
It's an honor to be the president of Entre Nous on its 80th year, and on top of kind of overseeing the whole club. We are very, very, very fortunate to have been able to raise over $1.5 million and given and distribute to the community with scholarships and community projects. And last year we had over 15 agencies solicit funds, and we were able to grant funds to 8 nonprofits focusing on homeless children. In addition, we have a welfare, which we give money out to families here in Manatee County who are in crisis situations. I want to reinforce that all the funds that we raise through the Tour of Homes go 100% back to the community. And we're all into the helping of others here in Manatee County. And this is our 34th holiday Tour of Homes. And we would really want you to come and enjoy them. We have beautiful homes that are going to be decorated by our club members. And we have Sweet Shop, where we're going to feed you delicious dishes from our Treasured Tradition.
So everybody
cookbook.
needs to stop by for lunch.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And again, our Tour of Home is on December 3rd and 4th from 11 to 5. So we hope to see you there.
Thank you, Sarita. You know, over the years, Entre Nous has given away thousands of dollars to Manatee County, and not only just through scholarships, but also the scholarships are for not just the high school students, but also to adults in the community. So I think a lot of people sometimes don't realize that, you know, we're out there to help the adults as well as the students in the community.
That's true. Last year we had 67 applications turned in for our scholarship money. We interviewed 26 people, and we were awarded 26 new scholarships, and we renewed another 19. Once we award you a scholarship, if you keep your grades up and keep in touch with us, we're happy to renew those monies throughout your school career. And we get lots of letters back from students that have benefited from our funds, and they're very grateful for that extra help. It might be all their books for the semester, or you know, just whatever school expenses crop up. But we had an amazing group of kids that applied to us, and adults last year. So I would suggest, if you're at State College of Florida or MTI, we have applications available there after the first of the year, and all the local high school guidance counselors will also have our applications starting after the first of the year.
Yeah, it's really nice to follow the kids.
It really is.
You know, and then when and a lot of them come back to Manatee County and become teachers and different, you know, professions in the community. So it really has a nice feeling.
It is a good feeling. I mean, we do a lot of work for this tour, and it's wonderful to say. I was able to present some checks last year at some of the senior nights, and it's really gratifying to see how happy they are to receive that check, and it really feels good. So when you purchase your ticket, which are $12 in advance or $15 at the door, you can know that 100% of that money is going to be going into those two funds, community projects and scholarship.
And they can go out and have an enjoyable afternoon, and they're also helping people in our community.
Yes, that's true.
That's wonderful. Okay, Jane is going to tell us a little bit about the cookbook and also about what she has planned for the Sweet Shop this year.
Well, I've crossed over to the other side as a life member now, and Donna Youngman and I are co-chairing the Sweet Shop this year for Terry and Sarita and the entire club. This is our third cookbook, and if you've purchased one of our cookbooks in the past, you know that they quickly become a collector item. And this is a beautiful cookbook. Herbie Rose designed the front cover, which is the symbol of our club, the gardenia. And the cookbook has over 700 recipes, each one personally tested and tried by a member of Entre Nous. It includes sections such as local celebrity chefs, men in the kitchen, everything from appetizers to desserts. And as you can see, it's beautifully presented. It makes a wonderful gift for newlyweds, for college students who may be in their apartment for the first time. One of the beauties of the cookbook is that the recipes are not complicated, but they're delicious. Entre Nous has a tradition of hospitality and service and hostessing, and we put our talents into this cookbook to help raise money for the community. $20,000 thus far has been raised from cookbook sales. And when you purchase your tour book this year, you'll find a coupon inside, and cookbooks the day of the tour will be available for $15 each or 2 for $25. And this cookbook won't be around forever, so we strongly suggest if you ever had the Sunshine Sampler or any of our other cookbooks, it's really beautiful to display on your kitchen counter, and I know I've bought them from all of my children, and they really enjoy cooking, and it makes a wonderful shower gift. And we have just really enjoyed all the recipes and getting together and putting the recipes together. Each one was put in there with love from members of Entre Nous in the community.
Well, thank you, Jane. Now, go ahead, Sarita.
Remind us where the sweet shop's going to be this year.
The sweet shop is at the Reichel home, and the home is on Manatee Avenue right as you get to the causeway. It's an absolutely gorgeous home. It's the perfect setting for the sweet shop this year. It's on the waterfront, and what I suggest and what I would like to do if I were on the tour is to start at the Reichel home, visit the beautiful home, and then have lunch. In the sweet shop, we're going to have our traditional holiday recipes that we've served over the years that people love, our petite pork, pulled pork sandwiches, black bean soup. This year we're adding a, what is it? Butternut. I am not the cook, I am the organizer. We're adding a butternut squash soup. The ingredients complements of King Farm. We wanted to showcase some produce from King Farms, and so we are going to be adding a soup this year. And if you want to start at the other end of the tour and start out east first, then be sure you stop by at the end and purchase a dessert from us, because our Life members are known for their wonderful desserts. So we will have pumpkin squares and chocolate layer cake and just lots of goodies that you'll like either if you start the tour or end the tour. And it's just a really nice place to relax and sit and just view the water and have a fun.
Amazing view from that backyard.
Yes,
It
it's
is.
very, very pretty.
They are fortunate to have 1.25 acres of property there, and they've made their backyard a sanctuary, is how they described it to me. And I have to say, I think our tour patrons will be amazed at what an amazing view they have there. It
has its own waterfall.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
It is.
Gorgeous,
Grab your
gorgeous.
It's
girlfriends and
breathtaking. So get a group of
go have
girlfriends
some
together
lunch and then go shopping. And
Yes.
Well, what I think has been fun about the tour over the years, because I've actually been involved with Entre Nous for 10 years, is seeing almost little girls grow up, because this is really like a mother-daughter day or a day out with your friends. And we've seen the same groups of women come through and watched actually their daughters grow up, and some of them volunteer for us, some of them get scholarships from us. So it really is a tradition. Our club is about tradition, and that's a really neat thing to witness every year. And the people that come through and talk about, oh, you know, we started coming when she was 5 years old, and they dress up, and we have several groups of ladies who come together every year. So that's been a fun thing to watch and actually get to know the patrons that come through.
It's interesting that you mentioned that, because we do utilize, besides our membership, we could not staff all these houses if we weren't fortunate enough to have assistance from a lot of the local high school service clubs.
Correct.
And all the students need to get hours for volunteer hours, and we're able to accommodate them because we need the help. Mm-hmm. And so, like Jane said, a lot of the students we see apply for our scholarship money are both boys and girls that have helped in our homes. And so that's kind of a nice tie-in, it really is.
Okay, thank you, Terry. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how King Farms is going to play into
for those of
year?
you who aren't unfamiliar with where King Farms is, it's off Caruso Road, just past Braden River High School. So if you were coming from State Road 70 and turned onto Caruso Road, King Family Farms is just a little bit up the street on the left-hand side. And they have a beautiful piece of property there where they have a farm stand. All the food and flowers you see there are grown by them. And they also act as kind of a co-op for other local farmers and dairymen. They have Dakin Dairy Milk there. They have Mixon Fruit Farm Juice there. They have fresh eggs, and they have some other folks that come and have homemade goodies to sell too. There was a gentleman there last week that had some jalapeno, candied jalapenos. So, and he had made jelly and relish with them. So it was, and then they had another girl who had some fresh seafood dip for sale. So they do, they kind of have other vendors there themselves, but they have such a beautiful piece of property with lots of room to park, and they have ample area for us to have our Elf Alley vendors. So it's going to be a good partnership because 3 of the homes, the Reichel homes on the northwest side of Bradenton, but the other 3 are just around the corner in the River Forest neighborhood. And it's a small little neighborhood on a circle that has 26 homes, and they were designed by a local architect here in town, Joe King. And all the lots are very wooded, and the homes really are kind of tucked into nature, and that's kind of the treasure there in River Forest, is that everyone kind of has their own little slice of the woods in their yard. And so I think our patrons will be interested to see 3 wonderful homes in there. They can stroll through the neighborhood at their leisure. It's a big circular drive, and all 3 homes are different. So it's not a neighborhood where everyone's home is alike, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some carolers strolling through there.
That should be beautiful.
Getting you into the holiday spirit. So
And all these homes were, they have the same architect for the whole neighborhood, or just
24 of the
that-
homes have the same architect. 2 have their own architect, and there are still several lots available in the neighborhood. But the Clement home is a Paul Rudolph Sarasota School of Architecture style home, which is very modern, lots of windows. They called it their pavilion in the woods, and they have wonderful family photos and relics from both sides of the family that they have on display, and it's a wonderful house. The Ken McKeithen home is a 2-story, more of an informal home, but he loves nature, and it's really reflected in all the things he has. He has a lot of antiques and interesting collections of fossils and shells and lots of children's art throughout his house. So I think people will be very jealous of his garden out back. He has a beautiful garden that he has built for himself out behind the house. And just up around the corner, his parents loved the neighborhood so much they decided to build their retirement home there. So most of their grandchildren live here in Manatee County, and they thought they were originally from St. Pete, so they came across the bridge and found a little spot for themselves. And she's the mosaic artist, and her house is full of wonderful, whimsical things that she has done in mosaics. And I think people will just be amazed at her artistry, because it's a really fun house for she and her husband.
That sounds really nice. It sounds like such a quaint little neighborhood.
It is. It's really, and I think people will be surprised that it doesn't look like it could be that big when when you see it from this, when you would drive by, you would think, oh, you can't see any homes from the street. So
I didn't realize you had a home from the Sarasota School of Architecture. There are a lot of fans of that form of architecture out there, and that I think would be of extreme interest. They have a society in Sarasota, and they have people who actually collect these homes.
And
So-
it was styled after that. That's she described herself as a former Martha Stewart devotee in the way she had her home and how she decorated. But she said her son-in-law turned her to another style, and she and her husband have really found that it has been a house that they have really enjoyed, just in the simplicity of the design and all the windows and all the light that the house lets in. And that's one of the signatures of that style of architecture. So I think she has a beautiful pond in the center of the home because the house is built kind of on a V shape. So I think pictures don't do it justice because you can't see the beauty of the home from the front. The beauty of the home is really on the back side of the house where it all opens out into their yard.
So you have to come out and see it.
You will.
Yes, you'll have to come.
It's the surprise.
And the King Farms is also going to be selling our tour tickets.
Yes, they are. For people who live out east, the tickets will be available there and also just up the road at Community Bank on State Road 70 in Caruso. They'll be also available there. But the King Market is open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 6. They're closed on Sunday and Monday. And they just opened last week.
For their season.
Yes,
and they'll be open for us on that Sunday.
Yes, they will. They
Where
sure
in
will.
town, Terry, can people purchase tickets? At some of the regular places?
Some of the regular places. Crowder's is a favorite of a lot of folks, both east and west side. Lots of the banks will have them. And we also have 2 locations in Sarasota at LTM and at Davidson Drugs. So
And those
if you
will be
live,
listed in the paper too, so
Yeah.
you can keep an
right.
eye out.
And if you had any questions, you could visit our website,
Yes.
www.entrenewsmanatee.org. And there's a link for the tour and all the pictures of the homes and information of ticket prices and ticket locations are all listed there. So if you're trying to get a plan for that weekend and rounding up your friends, all that information is available.
Okay, great. I think Sarita's going to tell us a little bit about the prices and the group tickets.
Yes. Well, your patronage will help us continue to give support to more community agencies and to more students through scholarships. The tour of homes, like we said before, is December 3rd and Sunday the 4th. The tickets are only $12 in advance and $15 at the door. We also are offering a group discount. With the advance purchase of 10 tickets, you get the 11th free. Just call or visit our website for more information. Our phone number is 941-748-8579, and the website is www.entrenewsmanatee.org.
Great. Thank you, Sarita. Okay, does anyone have any other questions or comments that they want to?
Well, I'm just really excited for this year's tour. I think we've kind of departed from the expected, and I think that if you're looking for an interesting, unusual Christmas gift, Elf Alley will be your ticket because we do have some amazing vendors that have wanted to participate this year. So I think if you're looking for a stocking stuffer or a teacher gift or something for someone on your list, you will be able to find it at Elf Alley this year.
Yeah, well, I really enjoyed shopping at Elf Alley last year, and there were so many unique items that were there. I hope the bottle cap lady will be back.
She's yes.
Oh, that was fun.
The Philosophots are back.
Yes.
Nancy Stevens from Paper Panache is going to be back. One of our life members, Marcia Johnson, who sells recircled glass. She takes glass bottles and makes beautiful jewelry out of them. So she'll be there. And
Go-Go Girls.
Go-Go's Girl will be there with her vintage belt buckles and boots.
Great.
So
well, I
there's
think
a
we
little
are
bit of-
about out of time, but I want to thank all you for coming today and sharing all your information with us. And once again, I want to thank our guests for joining me today. We especially thank you, our viewers, for taking the time to learn about Entre Nous and hope you will continue to support the wonderful work we do in the community. It is such a privilege to know that our club is making a difference. I am so proud of the members of Entre Nous. Many countless hours, personal offerings of time, and their treasures are all freely given by our members to make each home shine in a way that only Entre Nous Tour Homes do. I'd like once more to thank our sponsors, advertisers, the Bradenton Herald, METV, King Family Farms, Bright House Networks, Jack Elka Photography, Metro Bench, and Manatee Memorial Hospital, and our patrons, because it is only through their loyal support that we are successful. We hope you enjoy our tour with all the trimmings.